Oh, it's God. How you guys doing today? It's been a while. I've been super busy. Finals, school, and I'm moving tomorrow. Craziness. But I was like, I gotta put out another video. Gotta help the people, you know? But no, I'm just playing. I've been really busy though. Serious about that. Alright. It's gonna be about life in the Navy Reserves, because as you know, I'm in the reserves now. I'll just give you a little background, just in case you're new-ish, because I noticed I got a lot more subscribers, so that's cool. But yeah, let's see here. I was in for 4 years. I joined in 2000, or 4.5. I joined in 2009. Um, I enlisted in 2009, went to boot camp in 2010, got out in 2014, in May. And then from there I went reserves, Navy Reserves. Now this video is about the Navy Reserves. So, if you don't know, there's two different reserves, basically. Now there's the active reserves, and then there's the inactive reserves. So, you can, when you enlist, you can go active duty when you enlist in the military. You can go active duty, or you can go reserves, right? Now, you go active reserves. Then, if you get out, so say you do 4 years and you want to get out, most people have an 8-year contract, like mostly everybody, unless you're like a nuke or spec ops or something, or you sign something different. But a majority of us are gonna have, or you're gonna have an 8-year contract for active, for reserve. All right, so that's a total of 8 years. Now, once you fulfill your active duty side, like I did, 4 years, got out, I still have 4 years of reserve that I have to fulfill. So I chose active reserves. Okay, I could have chose, there's another thing, it's called inactive reserve, which is what a lot of people do, inactive reserve. Basically, you're done. Um, like, all you have to do is call once a year, basically, to make sure, like, hey, I'm still alive, my address is the same, you know, that's all you do. No drug tests, no wearing the uniform ever again. The only time you'll ever get recalled if you're inactive reserve, in those 4 years is if like there's a world war or we get attacked by Martians. There's some crazy shit. Now, then there's active reserve. Now, life in the reserves. It's gonna be a different perspective for me though, because I was active duty prior. I did 4.5 years active duty. Um, so this is like, for me, being in the reserves, it's a totally different perspective, because it's like, um, an example, there's like somebody that's been in like 8 years, and they're third class, E4, no warfare pins, no qualifications, like, you know, because they only do this 2 days a month. So that's what the reserves is. Weekend warrior is what you hear probably some people call it. You go down to your NOSC, which stands for Naval Operational Support Center. Wherever you go, it's a NOSC. Wherever your NOSC is, when you're in the reserves, that's where you go for your 2 days. Mine's in San Diego because I'm in Orange County, so I go down to San Diego. Now, if you live 60 miles or further out from your NOSC, if you have to drive more than 60 miles to it, you get to stay on the base for free, like in the Navy Lodge or the hotel on base, for the weekend, and you get free meals at the galley, like breakfast, lunch, dinner for Saturday and Sunday. So I didn't know that. That was pretty cool. So you drive down to your base, you muster in the morning, just like any, muster. Usually for me it's like 0800. And then we drill, right? So drilling entails, for where I'm at right now, I'm at a temporary, like, operational support unit, basically. So I was aviation before, so maybe I might get sent to a squadron eventually. I might go to a squadron eventually, but right now I'm with the operational support unit, and I really just do paperwork, like I'll muster in the morning, then we'll have like our training that we have to do. We have to keep up to date with NKO courses, um, you know, little things, little admin stuff. And then they say, all right, do your admin stuff, do your training, come back for lunch. Or come back at like 1 o'clock after lunch. So we muster again at 1300, and then we'll clean, for like an hour, clean the spaces, whatever, and then we'll muster again at like 1500, and then we're done. So, as you can see, that's not the work that I was used to, right? I'm used to like long days, so like this is like, wow, completely different. And it was weird too, like wearing the uniform again, because when I got out in May, 8 months ago, I had terminal leave. I had 2 months of terminal leave that I got to take, which is basically like paid vacation. I had 60 days saved up that I never took. So I totally memory dumped everything, like complete civilian now, like me, like my mentality. And so after those 2 months were over, I didn't even report to my reserve command um, until like 2 more months. So it was basically like 4 months. And when I put that uniform on again, after not wearing it for that long, after wearing it for every day for 4.5 years straight, basically, and not wearing it for 4 months, and like being a civilian, it was weird. I had a totally different perspective. But this is about life of the Navy Reserve, so it's. I mean, hmm, if you did your 4 years like me, and you're just trying to decide between going reserve or going active reserve or inactive, maybe try active reserve, because you do get paid. I'm an E5, been in over 4, so I think my paycheck's around like $350 for those 2 days, which is not bad for 2 days, right? And I get free food at the galley there, and I just have to drive, like 65, it's like 70 miles. But pay's not bad. You still get to contribute to your TSP, which is good, a little bit. Um, I'm a combat veteran, so I get 5 years of free healthcare after when I separated. But once that's over, if I'm still in the reserves, I can get like a special health like TRICARE plan through the reserves, which is like pretty cheap. It's like $30 a month, I think. Um, so that's cool. And yeah, so maybe try the reserves if you're getting out after your 4 years. Obviously, if you did 8 or more years and you get out, you're done because you already fulfilled those 4 years because you did 8 years active duty, so you don't have to do any reserve time. But like I said, most of us have 4 years active, 4 years reserve. If you get out after your 4 years active, you have to fulfill that 4 year reserve. So maybe try active reserves. If you don't like it, you can always go inactive reserves really easily. Like right now, I'm inactive reserve right now as of this moment because I'm moving. I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. I had finals for college. So I was, you can claim like hardship basically is what they call it, and you can go inactive reserve. Sign like a page 13, really easy. You either route it up the chain, then boom. So as of now, I'm like done. Like, but it's really easy though. They were like, okay, if you're ready, if you want to go back in though, in like a couple months or next year, I just have to go like to my base where I'm at up in Los Angeles, where I'll be at like Point Wainini or something like that, and I can be like, okay, I'm IRR, inactive ready reserve, but I want to go back active. Like, what do I have to do? And I guess it's pretty easy, but I probably won't do that for a little bit until I get settled. But basically, life in the reserves, you'll see if you're coming from active duty, completely different beast. Not, I wouldn't even say beast, completely different thing. Um, really easy to skate off. Like if you know what I'm talking about, if you were in, or even if you're a civilian waiting to go in, skating off, I'm sure you know what it means. But like it's really easy to get out of doing whatever work we do have to do. Not like you want to get out. Not like I was trying to get out of work, but it's just like you'll see once you if you do it, whoever's going from active duty to active reserves, you'll see what I mean. But if you're watching this and you're trying to decide to go reserves or active duty after boot camp, like right away, I know you can get, it's pretty easy to get activated. Like if you want to go active duty, if you first join the reserves and you're like, oh, I want to be active duty, like I don't want to do this reserve thing anymore, I want to do the real deal. I know you can like, it's pretty easy to do. Like you have to route something, you have to do like a route a chit, or like a request, do a special request, and I think it's pretty easy to get approved. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I I think that's, I don't know. Let me see if I can think of anything else about the reserves. It's completely different from active duty. It's there are some good things about it, like TSP you still get to do, like I said. You don't get free medical. The only thing you'll get like medical wise is if you get hurt when you're on your drill weekend. If you get hurt while you're in your uniform, then you'll go to medical. They send you to the hospital. Then that's covered. But otherwise, if you get hurt at home and you're in the reserves, you can't go to the base and get free medical. Doesn't work like that. And let me see. Oh, also, duh, I forget. You're doing in the reserves. You do your 2 days, right? 2 days a month that you have to do. Now it's really easy though to like say you're busy, like school, you got finals, or you got a lot of work you got to do, and you can't make it for that drill weekend. You can reschedule it. It's really simple to reschedule. You can reschedule those 2 days for the next month and do 4 days next month to make it up. Or you can reschedule it for like a Tuesday and Wednesday in the middle of the week. Or you can reschedule it for like, one day here, one day there. It's really easy to make up your days if you miss them in the reserves. It's not like really serious. And you also have to do 2 weeks straight. It's called annual training, which is the 2 weeks straight that you do. So you do those 2 days a month, but you also have to do 2 weeks anytime throughout the year when you have the time available. If you're really busy, you can break it up into 1 week, maybe in this fall, 1 week in the spring. So yeah, there it's really flexible though in the reserves. And if like I said, it's really easy to go IRR if you're coming from active duty. It's really pretty easy to go IRR if you don't like it, if you just want to be done, or if something comes up or your hardship, whatever. So yeah, that's it for now for the reserves. I'm sure I'd probably miss something topic, but I'll be putting out some more videos. I got some good stuff for VA, like benefits and stuff that I've been going through myself, experiencing like claims and disability and VA work study and some more GI Bill stuff. So yeah, I'll be making more maybe next week, probably next week after I move and get settled. So alright.